Hi guys, welcome to your face reading channel. In today's video, I'm going to share interesting insight with you. The insight of celebrity faces who have claimed at certain points in time that they have been introverts or they have been shy at certain places or they feel like they don't belong. So we will investigate or look at an article by InStory, and we are going to share or have a look at 14 of celebrities or 13 of the celebrities that are mentioned in that article, and thereby we'll try to figure out some of the common features that we can see on people, on faces that represents, or it can indicate that these are the introverted set of folks, and they have this power inside them. They have this thing where socially they may feel a little awkward, but that deep inside well is pretty strong. So let's deep dive into the magic board to understand their faces, to understand the commonalities across their faces, and I'm sure that you're going to have great meaningful discoveries by this video. So let us deep dive into the magic board. Right? So herein what I have mentioned initially, guys, is I have taken in the feelings and thoughts that an introvert can go through, which is that I don't really fit in, which is one of the common things that can happen to an introvert, or that they may feel shy. That is, I always feel shy. The other could be that I think I'm reserved, which is again attributed to people who are introvert, or I'm not that social, or they are not very outspoken, or there is a feeling that I don't like being in social situations, right? So all those things, these are the thoughts and feelings that an introvert can go through, especially in social situation. And here you could see that we are going to learn about the commonalities on their faces, some of the facial traits that we see common, or what could cause them to lose their fire or get into that deeper territory where they feel or derive more power from within rather than from the outside world. And we are going to also learn about the elemental correspondence. Which elemental people are more driven towards being an introvert is something which we are going to look at, right? So what I'll be doing is I'll just walk across the article here. So this article is from instyle.com, and we have list of 13 celebrities and their pictures mentioned in this article. So credits to instyle.com and to all the photographers who have shot this picture of celebrities. I'll be mentioning, of course, it'll be mentioned on the video link as well. So yeah, the very first person that you see here is Salma Hayek Pinault. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing her name incorrectly, but the very first thing that you could observe when you see her face, and here what I want you to do is to observe two things majorly. That is the sheen of the eyes, that is the light of the eyes, and what reflections you're getting from the eyes, right? And the deep and how deep the eyes are set along with the forehead. So let's say if I have a forehead like this, and if my eyes are deep set, that means that eyes are pretty inside and it is kind of creating a dome, right? So eyes are deep set when they are pretty much inside your forehead. So I want you to observe those two areas, and I also want to observe I want you to observe this, that how they have held their eyes. So eyes are the function of fire system, which means it indicates how open your heart is. The more open the eyes, the more open the heart is, and thereby the more open the person can be with respect to communication, right? So those three parameters is something that I want you to look at. Along with that, we are going to have discoveries around that, right? So if you see her face, and if you see majorly her area around this, where you focus only on this particular side where you look at only the shen, that is the light of the eyes, you can feel that there is some quenched fire, and as eyes reflect your current emotional state, and very much it indicates a sense of fire energy that you're blessed with or born with, and how it has been manifested over the years. On her face you could feel the fire has been extinguished, or there has been some instances in her past which has kind of maybe uh, hurt her self-esteem levels, that has quenched her fire, right? So this is one of the commonalities, or one of the things that you may observe in people who have gone more inside, is that maybe in their childhood days they have been scolded by the authority figures, and thereby their sense of expression was kind of thwarted, because they were not allowed to be that much expressive, and so they have found their solace in things which wherein they derive the things from the inner energy, like from the deep inside of their well, and bringing that out. So this is one of the things that you may notice in some of the introverts, is a quenched fire. Of course, the eyes, if you see, they are not very big eyes, they are kind of held in a narrow way. So you, and when that is there, it indicates that one has had their share of wisdom and learnings across the years, and they have kind of felt the pain and mustered over it. So that is the eyesight that you can observe, and more importantly, observe the shen of the eye that has a little quenched fire look, right? So other a wonderful celebrity is Jessica Simpson, and the credits are mentioned here in the photo itself for her, and for all the photos that we are going to see. The credits are mentioned in this, and I'll also share in the link of this particular video the link of the article, and courtesy to the author also. So I'll just mention that in my tabloid form as to what you need to see, and what we have seen right now. That commonality is extinguished fire, or you could say that quenched fire. Quenched fire, right? And this we have observed in the light of the eye. Light of the eye, or you could say highlights, right? We are going to observe certain set of commonalities, to which you'll observe that somewhere, if you have introverts around you, we always are filled with a world of introverts and extroverts, and you're definitely going to find them. So look at these features, and thereby the intention of this video is to educate you to have better relationships with people who are introverts or who are of different types. It's important that you use face reading to enhance your life and to enhance your relationship in a way that can really augment your life, right? So first thing, we observed quenched fire, and which means you need to observe the light of the eye, how the light of the eye is, and what reflections it is giving. It is very difficult, and you need to master face reading, and you need to see a lot of faces to get the reflections out of it. But once you master that, you will be able to get the feelings out of what it indicates, right? But there are certain features which are very much common and which can be easy to gauge. And this we learn through this celebrity, that is Jessica Simpson. And if you observe her eyesets, the eyesets are pretty deep, and forehead is pretty much striking out. What I mean by eyesets are deep and how you need to gauge the eyesets is this is a picture taken from pexels.com, and you need to look at the side profile of a person's face. And if you observe that the eyes are pretty deep set, and it is forehead is like this, as you could see, and eyes are pretty deep set, that means that the eyes or the forehead is creating kind of a shadowy space along your upper eye area, below eye area, right? So when eyes are pretty deep set and you need to gauge this from the side profile, that can indicate that the person wants to be more on the introvert side, or that's a natural sense of deriving energy from within and keeping things close to oneself, being a little secretive. So all those things definitely strikes up, and it is one of the most important things that you could observe. And one experiment that I have read from one of the face reading books is that you could keep a pen right bordering here, and if you feel the eyelashes are kind of touching the pen or just kissing the pen, that can indicate that they are deep set eyes. And if it is brushing pretty prominently, it means that they are out, and that again means the heart is more open and you're ready to share, and that may lead you to fall into a category of more an extrovert, right? Less an introvert. So deep set eyes is something which you'll observe pretty prominently, and you'll have different set of combinations of deep set eyes, people having a lost look with deep set eyes or quenched fire with deep set eyes. So in face reading there are certain set of combinations that you need to use, and this you can master yourself once you are seeing more faces, once you're seeing more of your celebrities. So we have observed from Jessica Simpson, the eye sets are pretty deep. As you could see, that forehead is quite up from here. And she herself said, I'm a very shy person in 2009, singer. She's a singer. So yeah, next is Johnny Depp. And on his chin, the light of the eyes, as I want you to focus on, his chin gave a little lost look, a little confused look, as can be seen. And this can happen, as I was mentioning earlier, when your fire is quenched, especially in your childhood, maybe through a traumatic incident or a not so happy childhood. Shen looks can be this way, where it may appear to be a lost look, and again this is again a case of quenched fire, where it is being extinguished, and finding a way from social gathering may be a little difficult, but from the inner strength that can be manifested better. But the most important part is that all these superstars find a way to kind of work their way through their work, right? And it's important for introvert people also to express their whole self through their work, because that is their way of communication. So once they are on the platform, once they are on the stage, they can look that they're very extrovert, but it's the intense feelings that they're going through is what is being exuberated through the work, right? So that is one of the most important things, and kudos to all the introverts. Right, so this is Kim. And if you observed her eyes, especially on the left side, which reveals your personal side of life, right? We have mentioned on the two sides video. If not, you can check out that video where I have shared about the two sides of the faces and how right brain controls the left part of the face and left brain controls the right part of the face. Right part of the face indicates your public profile. Left side of the face indicates your personal profile. And if you see her eyes, the eyes are narrow set, and especially if you see her left part of the face, the eyes are further narrow set, which again indicates that she's more into herself and she likes to be a little secretive about her personal life, which is definitely cool and okay with. But it is indicative of the fact that narrow set eyes, you may find people who have narrow set eyes being a little secretive about their life or being more on the introverted side. So that is something which you could see on her face as well. So I'll just mention a narrow set eyes area here. Narrow set eyes. When you have narrow set eyes, or you are keeping your eyes in a space where it is narrow held eyes, I would say, right? It can mean that some people are intentionally trying to be keeping their eyes narrow, so that also contributes to this thing that they may not want to show more of themselves, or they may feel that they need to keep things inside, right? This is Blake Lively, and her story is a little different. She said that I'm actually a very shy person. That's a big secret, so don't tell. I'm naturally very shy, but I was brought up in a way where I had to get up and get out of that. And that indicates that, internally you may be pretty shy, but the environment that you have been raised with, they may lead you to express your fire energy more. And if you look at her face, the eyes are not pretty open, they are narrowly held, or you could say it's an average sized eye, but slight narrowly held, but the fire is good enough, right? So that is a good thing. But it's important to see here how your surroundings influences you to be who you are, right? So this is what we can learn from her. Then the next celebrity is Jessica Alba, and if you look at her face and if you look at the light of her eyes, it's a very reflective feeling, a very warm eyes, a very warm reflection of the shin, right? But this is a classic case of a person who is strong in feelings perspective, and that indicates a strong sense of water energy in her, and that again indicates that how much deep she can feel. As river is deep, you can assume water energy, water element people to be pretty deep. And if you could just look at her eyes, it has a lot of depthness, it has a lot of potential to feel people. And when that potential to feel, that depthness to feel is there, it indicates that you're more inside than outside. And if you observe, the other thing is that her eye sets are deep set eye sets, right? You could prominently observe and figure out that forehead is pretty much above the eye sets. As you could see, the best way that you can gauge the eye sets or the depth of the eyes, it's when you look at the side profile, right? From the sides, how it is appearing to you, right? This is Nicole Kidman, and again on her eye set you could see that narrow set eyes are held, and especially on the left part you could observe that. And again, it also can resonate with a person who is or who wants to keep things secret, especially on the personal side of it. So you could observe that on her face. Also, Britney Spears also has that a little reflective sheen on her face. So that is one of the features that you will find on celebrities like her. On this celebrity, that is Keira Knightley, she has good enough fire to be expressive, and her story is also the one where she has curbed her shyness and became more expressive and became more reflective of her fire energy. She said that she was very shy in her 20s, but it took a lot of years to try and stop pleasing a lot of people and allow myself to have fun. And if you see her eyes and the light of the eyes, they are quite fiery, and when that fire is given a way to bloom, your inner self gets a way to be more expressive, and that's a very good thing. So that is one of the things that you can see. And the other celebrity, that is Courtney Cox. Here, if you see, there is immense watery eyes, the blue eyes, as you could see. There is a lot of depth in her feeling. On the shin look, you could observe that, and again, a deep set eyes, you could clearly make out that deep set eyes are something which are encompassing the forehead, and they are deep set into you. And more importantly, the shin is pretty watery, which again indicates how intensely her feelings could be. And one thing here that I want to mention is that the elemental correspondence for people who are introvert can be very much water element. And why water element could be one which corresponds with people who are introvert more is because water element is an energy of a pre-birth stage. That means a baby in the uterus, which means a baby who has not yet experienced the world outside, who is not yet social, and it's an experience of after death. So both of these experiences, that is the pre-birth experiences and the after death experiences, are not real, right? They are not with the earthly people. And similarly, these people or people who are introverts, you'll feel that they may not feel that they belong, or they feel shy when a lot of people are around. So that could be one of the reasons as to why they may not feel part of the community. People with strong earth element, they are the most earthly ones. They feel they belong, and that's why you will see them pretty gregarious and social and keeping it alive, and also fire people. So elemental correspondence for these folks, so that is the introverts, can very much be the water element. And yeah, this is the thing. With respect to Zayn Malik, you could see the Shen looks are pretty lost and confused, sort of, which can contribute to the fact that maybe in the growing days, that fire was quenched, maybe by a hurt or by an authority figure that could contribute. This is Beyonce, one of the amazing celebrities. She also has some features which we have talked of, and Lady Gaga is the other one, where you could see that the eyes are narrowly held, and that can very much contribute to people being reserved and being quieter to themselves and kind of deriving energy from themselves rather than seeking it from outside, right? So yeah, these are the three features that we have discussed, and in combination of these, you can also observe people having quenched fire plus deep set eyes, or deep set plus narrow eyes. But deep set eyes are the most prominent things that you'll most commonly see in people who are introverts. So now what you need to do is check your face, or check one of your family members' face. Look at their pictures, observe what their eyes reflect, observe what the set of the eyes indicate from the side profile, and thereby identify why they are for what they are. As of now, I would say I have enjoyed making this video. I hope that you like it. If yes, give it a thumbs up and take care and have an amazing day ahead. Bye bye.